What's up, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob and you got Superstar Mintalocs. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Oh,
Oh
wrong way,
yeah,
wrong way.
it gets everybody the first time, right? It's mirrored, so you
Yeah.
gotta get used to it.
hmm
If you haven't already, make sure you smash the subscribe button, become a superstar, join the Superstar fan, and make sure you hit the bell notification so you get all our videos every single time we post, because you never know what we're going to hit you with. So make sure you do that. Also, you could join our Superstar VIP membership, $2.99 a month. We do our best to bring as much value to the membership as possible, as much utility as we can. You have our drop spreadsheet. You have advertisements, which we'll get to later. You get these cool Superstar money stars beside your name on YouTube. So again, join if you can. Thank you to all our supporters. I still didn't have a chance to update our slides here, but I'll get to it, I promise. So thank you all for your support. And you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Instagram, and you can find us on TikTok. So, Superstar Mintalocs, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Um. Uh, Originally, I started in the illustration area. Um. And then I stumbled upon NFTs and NBA Top Shot. I'm actually well versed in cameras as far as like video work and uh, photo work as well. So I've been in that field, but I've been wanting something else to kind of do. So I stumbled upon NBA Top Shot, and that's kind of how I found out about NFTs. And then mid last year, like around March, I think it was March 25th is my VV birthday.
Nice.
Um, and found out about VV and been hooked ever since, and been in Cardano NFTs as well too.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know about Mintalocs, make sure you follow him on Twitter. You can find it right here. He also is really big into TikTok, so you can find him on TikTok. If you follow him on Twitter, you can find his TikTok through there. And he even has a YouTube channel. It looks like his first video was 3 weeks ago, brand new. So we'd love to have him on. Definitely support any new content creator. Although he's definitely an OG, he's been around for a while. So he only has 11 subscribers. So I hope after this video, we can get him over the 30 mark. Okay, that's the target. We got to get 30 because he wants the live stream. So if we can get him over that mark, he can start doing live streams.
Yeah, I'm going
So,
to Comic-Con next week, and I would like to live stream, some of the event
oh,
as well.
that'd be amazing. I'll be watching for sure. That's a big Comic-Con. The New York
Yeah,
event is
it is.
massive.
And I haven't been since like 2018, so I'm like super. I'm like way more hyped than I like should be.
Yeah, that's. Are you targeting anyone? Like, are you going just for Vivi or whoever? Like, what are you going for specifically?
I'm going for some of the new uh, collectible figures that's not like physical ones, and then of course to meet the core VV team and some VV users that are going as well. Link up and meet. Have a good time.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best things about the community is having an opportunity to actually meet each other, talk about it. One of the best things about the VV community is how connected we are, and we can't wait. We're going in Anaheim. Joe and I are going to the Anaheim
Oh,
one.
dope.
We're definitely excited to meet the VV fam, and we can't wait. We interact with so many people on YouTube and Twitter all the time. It'd be great to finally put some faces to those names.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with our Twitter here. We retweeted Fro ecomi. He's basically pretty much predicted the price. So they
Pretty
said
much.
Star Wars Vehicles Collection Series 180, but with Drake saying now it's most likely going to be 50. We all know what's going underlisted. I did a video on it yesterday.
Yes,
Uh,
yeah. Star Wars are normally like $80, like for the drop prices.
well, Vivi, if you have a name like Star Wars, you're going to use the opportunity to your advantage. Like,
Yeah.
so we'll go. They have a Medium article. We'll go over it in a bit. This is an advertisement for superstar VIP legend Hall of Famer. Keep calm, stack on. He's the man. He says that he has to sell this sweet comic to pay off some unexpected bills. If you or any followers from the V fam are interested, so he's selling the comic. This is his advertisement. You can reach out to us, and we'll pass on the information to him if you're interested in buying this. Otherwise, follow him. You can message him directly. And yeah, keep calm, stack on. legend, VIP, Hall of Famer. Someone buy it from him.
Yeah, I'll definitely retweet that as well.
Yeah, retweet that. This was pretty interesting. So this was from VV Batman. He said, you better have those Vaders and top golden moments ready for when you can sell them on Disney's platform. I sense 2024, 2025 will make us happy. So this is from the terms and conditions. And basically it talks about how licensors will actually have a right to make you transfer your NFT to another platform, and so that you'll still have access and be able to do this. This just happened to me. I think it was so I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I have NFTs on the drop shop, and I'm being forced after October, I think it's October 10th or October 15th. I'm being forced to take it off platform onto OpenSea. They're making me do it. I don't know the reasons. They're not very specific as to why. Mm-hmm. I can see that maybe happening with Veve potentially with some of these licensors. I don't know how it's going to work. What do you think?
Yeah, that may be a little bit of a backlash as far as, being with licensed NFTs. Like, licensed NFTs have, a lot going for it, but that could be one of the things that they have to do just to, protect themselves and things like that. So, you got to take the good with the maybe not so good.
Yeah, like we know that these Veve collectibles are limited licenses. So especially, we talked about it. We actually asked Reese on our AMA directly about the limited licenses. Yeah. And must be related to it, right? Like, it'd be good if they let us know a little bit more about what exactly these licensors can make us do. If I'm reading this correctly, maybe in the comments below, you guys let us know what you think. It just happened to me. So I'm thinking in that mindset that maybe a licensor is going to say, no, you got to take it off. We can't offer it here anymore for whatever reasons. So let us know what you guys think below. And
I don't think with the bigger brands like that would happen, just because we do have IMX, and a lot of the brands are on IMX. So that gives us the interoperability to be able to put them in the wallets that, are supported. So yeah, maybe like the smaller brands, like that may be an issue, but I don't think with our beloved brands, I don't think that they would do that to us.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what more details on the IMX and exactly what form of interoperability we're going to see. When we did an interview with the Quid CEO, he explained there's like different tiers. And he described it as the bronze, silver, and the gold standard of interoperability. At gold is where it's like full control. You could bring it off completely. You could do whatever you want with it. We will see where this one lands. It might be a bronze. It might be a silver. You have to check out that interview if you want to learn more about it. But that's why we talk to other projects, so we can learn a little bit more to see how Veve might end up being. Hopefully IMX comes soon. It's been promised to us. We will see when it comes. Joe posted this right now, very active because he's just stuck in his hotel room, and I guess he's bored. Yeah, so he's just stuck in his hotel room, doesn't have much to do, and he said, looks like 4 p.m. Eastern might get a bit hairy. I think he's doing fine. He's okay. But you could see his little dot right in the eye of the storm. So what did he do? He did what I would have done as well. You'd take a video with some AR collectibles. There's Mickey in the rain.
I still got to get the uncommon. I got the ultra rare.
Do you know, is it just me, or do you notice that for whatever reason, when you go for drops, you always get the one you don't want?
Well, I was able to get the yeah, but I was able to get the lantern and then the D, so I was able to like get all three. But yeah, when I got the ultra, I was like, that was the only time I was upset that I got the ultra.
Yeah,
I wanted the uncommon because the uncommon was animated.
Yeah, for sure. That's good. That was a good drop to get for sure. That was amazing. He tweeted this. He said that I guess since he's bored, he's going ahead. He's just doing some actual physical puzzles. I don't know if we're gonna get some digital ones. When we talked about gamification, in the Veveverse, you could take a puzzle, put everything in the right spot. So that's pretty cool. And then he tweeted some more stuff here. We know about the two. We'll talk about it a bit later about the two Star Wars vehicles. Ecomi Wiki, by the way, Omi the Clown, our friend Omi the Clown, just wants to let everybody know that Ecomi Wiki is still completely free to use at the moment. So if you think it is, there's sections of it that are paid, and I think he's giving it for free right now. So if you can, take a look. It's really good to see pricing on charts, and he's adding candlesticks. He's adding all sorts of things.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're gonna want to
definitely
check
a
that
really
out.
good platform.
Amazing. Interesting that Metaverse Life, who's fire. Like this guy,
Dude, that dude's awesome.
so awesome. I don't know how he does it. There's going to be an interview with him tomorrow on Comics and Cryptos podcast. So go ahead, check it out. I think I'm going to have to see, maybe they have some surprises for us. I don't know. I'd be curious to see, who the man is and the face behind all those amazing videos.
He's friends with Sean from Comics and Crypto.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good friends.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then finally, it looks like Veve has the blue check mark, and they're going off tweeting about it right now. That was a big when blue check mark. The day has finally come. So hopefully that helps legitimize the Twitter. There's so many fakes. I don't know. There's like a fake David Yu account going around Twitter, like just tricking everybody.
Yeah.
So you got to get rid of these trolls, right? So the blue check mark, really important. Glad it's there. Veve Rumble. This is something that you mentioned you want to talk about. I have it pulled up.
Yeah.
Let me pull
I
it up.
actually still gotta make mine. I have I think 4 hours left to make mine. So as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna make it real quick.
Yeah, the moment this video is done, you got to get that entry in. I don't know if there's any that you saw that I saw some cool videos of them. I thought this one was pretty cool. You got
that's cool.
Yeah, you got a real, you got some Inferno below. You got the Rex getting destroyed here.
Yeah, it's amazing how some Voltaholics use just small pieces of one collectible, and then you don't even know what the collectible is until say they use the foot of a T-Rex just because it has this cool design on it. It's so cool what we can do in our showrooms.
Yeah, these guys are creative. You mentioned that you're an artist, so
Yeah.
you would know better. I have absolutely no artistic ability, so I can only just watch and enjoy. So I'm curious to see what you can come up with. Make sure you tweet us later when it's finally done.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that you saw here. Like, look at that. I mean, look at the detail on the Rex. Crazy.
Yeah.
The Rex is just the T-Rex is just the ultimate collectible in my opinion. It's just amazing in AR. It's sick. It roars. It's just, you could use it for whatever you need. Okay. So another big thing was the 1-for-1s. Your September 30th, your last day. Have you ever gone for any of these?
No, I haven't, and I kind of wish that I would have went for the first one, just because Andy Warhol's one of my favorite artists, and I'm like, dang, I could have got a young Warhol painting.
Yeah, a lot of people were upset.
And it was from Ron English too.
Yeah, a lot of people were upset about not knowing about this, because if they knew, I put in a bit of 414 just for fun, or 424 just for fun, and I ended up getting an airdrop. I didn't know it was going to happen. There was a little bit of speculation that was going to be the case. I don't know, maybe it got leaked. I don't know. But yeah, I know a lot of people were bummed out that they didn't have a chance to get it. Okay, and then the big news of today was the Star Wars collection is finally out. So I got the Medium article over here. The first article here is the TIE Fighter. The TIE Fighter right over here. So this one here, $80 listed price, bang on, from Fro Ecomi before. Some people were saying it was going to be $120 like the last one. 11,880 editions, and it's a common. And then the second one is, we were talking about this before the stream. I'm going to call it the Scythe. I don't know if it's the Scythe. I must call it the Scythe. Let us know below which one it is. Yeah. So Ultra.
I think I heard Randy call it Scythe. So I'm going to say
Scythe. Scythe. Okay, Scythe. $80 the price, 2,888. So that's the Ultra. What do you think about this? What do you think about the mints?
I think that the mints are fine. It's especially with Vader's TIE Fighter. Of course, it's going to be a lot more editions because it's Vader and it's the most popular one. But what I do like about this drop, the other Star Wars a ship drop that they had, I feel like they're listening to the community. So a lot of us were complaining about 5 different poses or 4 different poses. So they literally gave us 2 ships. I mean, you probably can't make a bunch of poses with ships anyway, so that's probably why they just went with 2. I mean, what are you gonna do? Make his ship black or something, or red? It's that's not really true to Vader's actual like OG ship, which is that one right there. So, but the detail on it, like even from here, like looks amazing. Like I haven't checked out the Medium article yet, but the detail on it looks like amazing. I wasn't gonna go for the drop. I was probably just gonna like get on retail, like in the market.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like that TIE fighter looks sweet.
Well, I did a video on this yesterday. Well, my thoughts about should you go for drops. One of the things I
Yeah,
talked about was like I think this will still probably go underlisted. We've
yeah,
seen
yeah. Well,
it'll probably still go underlisted. But with that being said, if you don't go for it, and you can't, not everyone can do this. You have to be willing to take a loss in a sense.
yeah,
Like I'm just weighing and balancing the probabilities. If I go for a drop, I most likely am going to end up with a collectible that I can sell for less than listed.
mm,
But with that being said, if I don't go for the drop, then I have a 100% chance of not getting an opportunity at something amazing that I would never normally be able to purchase.
yeah,
The example I gave was the 70,000 lightsaber drop,
mm,
70,000 mint lightsaber drop with all those lightsabers. I went for it and I ended up getting a number 54. So a May the 4th, number 54 Luke Skywalker lightsaber. And
awesome. Yeah,
it's a great collectible. I would never be able to get that if I didn't go for the drop. So I tend, for the longest time, I stayed out of drops, but every once in a while, there's a drop that really catches my eye. All the Star
yeah,
Wars ones
same.
pretty much do it.
Mm.
Sorry, what's that?
I said yeah, yeah, same. I don't go for like every single drop.
Yeah, I don't go for every single drop. And for the longest time, I was skipping everything. But every once in a while, there's something that catches my eye. That I really like the Disney posters,
Mm.
and I like this. I like this, so I am gonna go for the drop, knowing that I'm probably gonna be able to buy it for cheaper in the secondary market. I'm gonna do it just to give myself a chance.
Yeah,
And worst case scenario, then maybe in the future, I called it the Virgin collectible. It only has one owner. Maybe it'll be worth something. I don't know, or maybe it'll be worth zero. Who knows? But I'm gonna go for it anyways. And of course, the comments people were saying that they're stretched thin. They've already put in all the money they can into View. They have no more money for drops anymore.
mm-hmm.
So, and I talked a little bit about inflation, and how right now basically the governments are almost, they want you to have less buying power. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to find the money. So, anyways, that's my thoughts on it. I'm gonna go for the drop. You said you like it, so you're gonna do it, even though you know it might go underlisted. You're gonna do it.
Well, I'm still on the fence. I don't know because I still have my eye on some things in the market that are like at really good prices and there's actually one collectible that I think is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, there's lots of opportunity in the secondary market as well. So this is going to be interesting. I'll probably the 29th. So tomorrow I'll probably talk about it again. But for now, it looks like I said, I'm going for it. We'll see what the community, on Twitter, on the comments. Usually the comments are the best indicator for me on how a drop's going to go. So let us know below if you're going for it, what you think about it. Is 80 listed price too much? Is Veve milking us? Or is this right? The mint numbers right? Let us know below. So, question for you. I wanted to know, since you come from a background, you say you're into Cardano. Let us what do you think from your other NFT projects? Like, why are you interested in other NFT projects on top of Veve? What can Veve Learner do to maybe bring more of your attention back to them, or to bring in new users?
Well, I wouldn't say that my attention is like totally maybe like out of VV. It's still there. Um, Maybe not like 100%, probably like 50 in VV and then 50 in Cardano. The reason why I wanted to get into Cardano just because they had some gaming projects that really was catching my eye. This one that I spoke about on my TikTok called Makasi Planet. Um, the team really reminds me of Vivi. Like they deliver. They're always listening to the community. So a lot of those attributes rubbed off into that other project. But from what they're building, as far as like their game, the aspects within the game, um, having the game to where it's an incentive to make you want to buy the NFTs. I think that is something that maybe Vivi can implement once they start, implementing gaming.
Do you
Like
think? Do you?
having certain NFTs um that they would release just for the game, and it would make holders want to continue to buy them and kind of like hoard them just because they can use them for this gaming aspect.
Yeah, they have a big art. I mean, it's in their white pages. The
Yeah,
team has said from the beginning their goal is to gamify now. I don't know. We asked the question a little bit of a killer of the community speculation, but we asked the question to Reese, what's the
yeah,
likelihood that past collectibles would change?
yeah. I
And the
remember
answer,
that.
you remember that? And
Yeah.
it was more of like, well, maybe it will give you access to
Hmm.
a game, and the collectibles as they are right now won't change. Do you think that getting access to a game is enough utility, or do you think we need collectibles that are actually physically used? Like in your projects, is it the collectible gets you access, or you can actually use it in the game?
So you can actually use it within the game. So um, the NFTs are called like Momocons, like in Makasi Planet on Cardano, and you can like in the game you're gonna be able to farm with the Momocon. You're gonna be able to shower it, feed it, think like kind of like take care of it. So it's kind of like a chia pet mixed with like Pokemon. It's like all in one. And the land within the game, you can lease the land and rent it out and things like that. So just all of the NFTs have an aspect like like to the game, but v, to me like Vivi doesn't even have to have an actual game or use their NFTs for the game just because they have Epical Rigo that they're working with that seems to be working out really really well, as far as with Omi as well, and then broadcast the features and things like that. Um, but I think that the real game within Vivi is going to be the Master Collector Program, the MCP. Like that's going to be the gaming aspect to make you want to collect, make you want to get these points because you're going to be able to wager those points in drops, maybe wager them to maybe go to events and things like that. So I think MCP is the real game that people may not be looking at.
Yeah, we know from the MCP Pro that's going to give us access to renting, right?
Yeah.
We talked about renting in the games that you played. You mentioned that there's land that you can actually rent. Is it because that land has special attributes, like it has more, quality farming or something along those lines that make it more valuable? We know the VV-verse is going to have land as well. Do you think that it's going to look and resemble something like your games, where some land will be more valuable because it gives you more utility? Is that how that game works? It gets more utility, that piece of land, over somebody else's?
The game is not fully out yet. That they're still working on it. Maybe I think in 2024 the game's going to be like fully out as far as PvP player versus player. But um honestly, wait, repeat the question again. I kind of got lost
Well,
a little bit.
that's okay. So the
Mm,
question the question is, I'm just trying to get a vision of like the Vverse, and just arrow and brainstorm ideas maybe from this other project. Like, we know you mentioned that the other project will have land that can maybe be rented.
yeah.
Does some land have more utility than other lands? So
Oh
that may
yeah. So there's more rarer lands that will earn you more tokens and you can do more things on it like like within the game as well. So yeah, like some lands are common, some lands are rare, some lands are like and then like the highest tier is legendary. So the legendary plot, there's only one legendary plot within the four sectors. So there's one legendary plot per sector.
Yeah, and I can't see Vivi's land being that far off. I know,
Yeah,
like,
no.
they talk about digital land and how, like, maybe there's a downtown area you might want to go there, but I still think it all comes down to utility. And gamification is like an incredibly amazing utility to draw people in.
Yeah.
And you talked about at the MCP, and Reese talked about that, how the MCP program in and of itself is a form of gamification where we can compete against each other to have more Master Collector program points so that we can be higher on a leaderboard.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's enough, though. I don't know if it's enough. And I think I think renting is important. I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times I was on my trip that I
Mhm.
just wanted a collectible. I saw a rainbow and I wanted a yucky charmer. This is a true story. I wanted a yucky charmer to put him at the end of the rainbow, and I don't have one. And he was 60 gems, and I was like, I'm not gonna go. I didn't have 60 gems. I was at zero. I've used up all my gems. I said,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pump in 60 gems for this. I don't even want it just to take this photo. But if I can rent it just
Yeah.
for a minute or two
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah.
even if it costs me $1 or $2, whatever. And then you have 100 people like me that just want to take a photo with that specific collectible, and then they spend $1. Maybe there's enough demand. It's a minor utility, but that's why I think the MCP program is going to be insane. Is that
Mhm.
and we're a long way from renting. I know David, you once talked about how there might be some legal issues with it. Whatever, it was something that they haven't really talked about much since then. But I think renting is going to be huge. But then the land aspect, once you bring that into it, it's a whole new factor that
Yeah.
will just change the entire game. One more thing though, how do you think Omi now will be involved with the gamification and the whole crypto side of Omi?
I think staking's gonna play a big part in it, like all the staking tiers. Um, and it's actually gonna give it incentive for people to buy it because a lot of VV users, they just collect on VV. They either don't know how to buy Omi, or maybe they do, but they just don't have an incentive to buy it. They're just like, I can just buy the collectibles and play with them in AR, and that's it. But once that comes in, I think that yeah, it's gonna play a big part.
Yeah,
Staking to get certain collectibles, staking to get certain uh a wait list for lands. So yeah.
I agree with you totally. It's like kind of hard to buy Omi right now. Um, it's
Yeah, it's
especially
only on like 5 exchanges. I literally just posted a video before we got on here. It's actually yeah. So that's one of the parts. It's literally like only on like five exchanges.
it's not the easiest thing. And then like we're from Canada, so we gotta like get our money into a Canadian exchange to start to get Ethereum, and then bring our Ethereum over to Bitfinex, and then
Yeah.
for Bitfinex we gotta go to US, and then over
Oh
to
yeah.
Omi, and then and then bring it back. And then I
There's
don't
even
even
fees. There's fees on top
there's
of it too.
there's fees, and then imagine to go to layer two.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. What would be ideal, and I think Reese talked about this. What would be ideal is you could buy it through the app quickly,
Hmm.
easily. It's contained within the app,
Yeah.
very little fees, and then you can use it within the app. That would be amazing. But I think with gamification, I think we've already seen it before, and you mentioned this earlier. Will maybe Vivi doesn't? I want you to talk a little bit more about your thought. We talked about before the stream. Maybe Vivi doesn't actually have to make the game. They could just everything subbed out. You're talking about everything being subbed out. Why don't you expand on that?
Well, we're already seeing that aspect within Epico Rigo. There's no VV collectibles inside of there, yet, but that could also be possible too. Maybe down the line, like they'll mint certain collectibles that can be played within the Epico Rigo game. Because I really don't see that partnership like falling to the wayside. They're always expanding on that. Because before it was just Omi burns, and like now David using the game, and they're just bringing different aspects to it. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe more gaming companies will start using the Omi token,
Hmm.
especially if it gains more popularity. Maybe we'll start using the Omi token in order to build more games. One thing that I thought was really interesting about the VBverse is that the VBverse is a game when it comes out eventually. And I don't want to say hashtag soon. Every time I talk about that, I have to say VBverse 2050. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what's going to come eventually, right?
Hmm.
But I like the idea, and we've seen this with other metaverse projects. You're running in the wild, you stumble upon a collectible, you stump, and then who knows what? Like, it's literally endless in terms of the kind of utility that they can build when you're
Hmm.
actually a user in a game,
Yeah.
exploring a wild area and having things associated. We haven't seen much virtual goods yet. When they talked about gamification, they also talk about virtual goods, which are things that you can kind of like mod. You mod your collectible,
Yeah.
right? We haven't seen that yet, and that could also be involved with burning Omi, purchasing,
Hmm.
and having people now compete in terms of making, we talk about the Vaultaholics, that's free, I guess. Not really, you have to buy the collectible, but now you got Vaultaholics on steroids. They got to get virtual goods to append to their thing. So it's even more kind of that gaming feel of the competition aspect of it.
And I also feel like the gamification is some of it is gonna come from the community, like just because like Metaverse Life, like back to circle to him, he isn't making a quote unquote like full on game, but when he made like that racing video, like that just sparked my interest to like if he really wanted to, he could really like make a game, like a full game, and
Oh yeah.
Omi could be burned through that. So I think the community's gonna play a big part as well, as far as making games and the renting aspect, like when that comes in. So the Veve community is like very very creative. I'll say that.
They are. They have a lot of skill sets. I don't, I remember as I aged, I'm not very old, but as I aged, I played less and less games as time went on. I got busy with other things. I would just, since I'm so involved in VV, I would just love for them to give me a game right in the app that I could play so I can get back to gaming. And maybe I can actually use the collectibles I own to do something with it or to rent or whatever. I agree with you. Metaverse Life gives people, and Dr. Profit does it a lot as well, where they show videos of other projects of what we can see. Yesterday, Dr. Profit posted that video where the hand was waving through the waves, the blue waves, and it was so realistic that through your glasses you would actually see it wrap around your hand.
Yeah.
Like those are just more utility that they can bring. That maybe you could play remember the tabletop games too. Through your phone, you see two collectibles we talked about at the Mighties, even though maybe it's wishful thinking. But
yeah, that was on Non-Fungible Wonderful's video where he did the Street Fighter one. Yeah, I remember
right.
That video.
And this is what we see, like the potential. Like why can't it's been done before, right? And I've always said this: if something's been done before, then it means that it's more possible for Veve to do it. It's not a bad thing if it's done before. If someone else has done it first. It just means that Veve should be able to do it too because it's been done before. I don't know how long we're going to have to wait, but gamification, I think, is considered one of the ultimate utilities of bringing in new users as well as driving value to the collectibles. Because right now people are just dying saying, maybe they've invested too much. We got a comment saying, why don't you just sell everything and leave? I mean, if you've invested too much, you're going to be thinking that way because you feel the pain. If you've stayed within your limits, you can maybe wait out. You got to wait. You got to think long term. So I've never. Go ahead.
Veve also still hasn't released all of its IP, like especially the gaming IPs, Capcom, Mario, things like that. Like none of that is here yet. So maybe they're saving those for actual gaming aspects. So
yeah.
Could be thought. That's just pure speculation. Don't go wrong with that.
You can't run with anything. You can only speculate. It's not a bad speculation though that they're hiding some IP for when they're ready to roll out gamification. I think what we have in the very near term is OUP. We're gonna have the OUP utility program coming really soon. And I'm assuming they're gonna marry with MCP. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it'll be interesting to see how the market adjusts. Right now, MCP points, there's a lot of very efficient dollar per MCP things you can buy. You can go to vvsetlist.com and you can find there all the collectibles and the sets that you can buy to be the most efficient. Curious to see when it finally comes up how much that gamification aspect actually will make the whole market readjust and maybe dollars per MCP change. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. So anything else you want to mention in terms of gamification, how you see the Veveverse or what you see in terms of other projects you've been on and what Veve can learn from it?
I think that we pretty much nailed it.
Okay, perfect. So guys, if you haven't, make sure you got to find Mintalocs with a $sign at front. Fantastic discussion today about gamification, about what we can learn from the other projects. Again, Superstar Mintalocs, thank you so much for coming on the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And guys, please do not forget 30. We need 30 Okay. So we only need 19. Okay. 19 people watching this video. Go over to Mintalocs. Let's get him to 30 subs because he wants to live stream the New York Comic Con. So if you want to see that, you got to go give him the subs so that we could do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure you smash the subscribe button. You become a superstar. You join the Superstar fan. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Make sure you also subscribe to Superstar Mintalocs as well. You can join the Superstar VIP, get the cool symbols beside your name, get access to our spreadsheets to help you on drop day, to help you sweep the floors. Advertisements, we saw that with Keep Calm Stack on today. So again, thank you guys all so much for watching. Again, thank you, Superstar Mintalocs, for coming on today.
Sub to Superstar, guys. Like, sub to the Superstar Money team.
Yes, sub to Superstar. And now we have a new member of the team right here. So again, great stream today. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.